That's beautiful. And for young fighters, it's such a good thing to watch. It's so good for young fighters to have an inspirational figure, to have someone who really does it, and does it perfectly, and does it in a way that is very unusual. Because like you're one of the best switch hitters since Marvin Hagler, if not the best. You know, and like that. God, that is such an underrated skill. It was so funny. One of the times you were in here, you were telling me that your coach told you to stop doing that.
Yeah. He was like, you need to focus on fighting orthodox the right way instead of switching to southpaw. I was just like, all right, switch southpaw again. Then it was just like, he was like, all right, well, you going to do that, we're going to train like that. I was like, all right, let's train like it, because I'm going to keep switching because it just came so natural.
Yeah.
I'll be in there, boom, 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 and then I just switch like unthinkable. Bop, bop, bop.
Yes.
Man, you know, it was just, I win. He was like, all right, we're going to train like that.
Well, it's such an underrated aspect of boxing if you can do it, because you have to recalibrate where everything is coming from every time you switch.
Different angles, all that.
In MMA, it's become commonplace. In the beginning of MMA, it was a lot of people would stand one way or the other. And now a large percentage of these young guys coming up are constantly switching because it hides combinations, it hides different techniques. There's so many different things you could do in MMA off a switch, because you're switching and kicking, you're switching and punching, you're kicking, and then now you're in southpaw and you're throwing left hands instead of right hands. It's like things are there's so much overload of the mind where you have to calculate all these different things. And if you don't spar on a regular basis with a very crafty guy who switches a lot, it could fuck you up inside the cage.
Yeah, because some people, they have better chances on one side than the other, you know, and then when you switch on them, it's just like, oh, I hate fighting southpaws.
Right.
You know, and just do something to their brain, you know, because they might be slower moving one way than the other way.
Well, everything looks so weird when all of a sudden the jab's on the right side and the left, and then your brain has to like...
You got to worry about the hook now instead of the straight.
Everything's different. Yeah. It's just, I mean, I wonder how many young fighters are going to see your example and start training that very early in their career now. Because I think it's the conventional wisdom was that you have one stance, whether it's southpaw or orthodox, stick with that. There's a few outliers like Hagler, but for the most part, stick with that. But I don't think that's the way to go. I think great fighters have stayed in one stance. But I think the way to go is having the ability to switch up.
Yeah, it's always, you know, beneficial if you can have it and not need it, then the need it ain't got it.
Yes.
You know, like, okay, it's cool that I don't need it for this fight, but I got it in my bag just in case I have it.
Yes.
You know, and that's like me. I got it all.